In the tender embrace of Willow Grove, mornings unfold like petals on a rose, each dawn a delicate gift wrapped in golden light. My little house on Cedar Lane, with its peeling paint and sagging porch, greets me like an old friend, its creaks a familiar lullaby woven from years of love and loss. At 78, I cherish every sunrise, though my joints protest, whispering tales of a life well lived. This house, modest as a fairy tale cottage, holds the echoes of my days with Henry, my heart's compass, who slipped away 8 years ago when his heart grew too weary to beat. I still speak to him, in the quiet hours, as if he's just beyond the garden, pruning his roses with that mischievous grin that stole my heart in 1955. "What's the news, love?" I murmur, and the silence answers with memories, soft as moonlight on a still lake. Today, the kitchen hums with purpose, the air thick with the scent of a blueberry pie baking in the oven, its golden crust a spell of warmth and comfort. Not for me. Lord knows I'd drown in pie alone. But for Tommy, my grandson, the only soul who crosses my threshold without a hidden agenda, his visits a light in my fading days. My children, James and Clara, are another tale, one written in hurried visits and hollow promises, their love a shadow of what it once was. James, my eldest, breezes in when he needs something, money for emergencies, a signature on papers I barely understand, his smile thin as paper. His promises to repay me gather dust like the photo albums on my shelf, untouched for years, their pages yellowing with neglect. Clara, my daughter, visits once a month, her eyes flicking to her watch as if time itself is her jailer, her flower shop her kingdom, and I a mere footnote in her busy story. I love them still, with a mother's stubborn heart, but their visits feel like duties, not delights, like checking a box on a list labeled family. As the pie cools, its blueberries glistening like tiny jewels, I shuffle to the living room, my slippers scuffing the worn linoleum, each step a reminder of time's passage. The wallpaper, faded to a soft yellow, peels at the corners, revealing layers of our life here. Christmases with tinsel and laughter, summer evenings with lemonade and fireflies, Henry's voice reading bedtime stories to James and Clara. He always meant to fix that wallpaper, just as he meant to mend the porch steps that groan louder each spring, a chorus of age matching my own. I pause by his photo on the mantel, his eyes crinkling with that laugh I loved, a laugh that could chase away any storm. "You'd have fixed those steps by now, wouldn't you?" I say, half smiling, my voice a whisper in the quiet house. The house seems to sigh in agreement, its walls heavy with memories of our children's laughter, their fights, their first steps. James, with his scraped knees and dreams of being an astronaut. Clara, twirling in her Sunday dress, singing off-key to songs only she knew. Where did those days go, Henry? When did our children become strangers? Their hearts locked doors I can't open. I pull an album from the shelf, its leather cover cracked like my hopes, its pages a tapestry of our past. Here's James at 5, gap-toothed and proud, holding a fish Henry helped him catch at Willow Lake, his smile brighter than the sun reflecting off the water. Clara at 8, her pigtails bouncing as she danced in the backyard, Henry clapping along, his laughter a melody that filled this house. Christmas dinners with cranberry sauce and chaos, backyard barbecues with neighbors spilling onto the lawn, Henry's birthday parties even when he was too weak to leave his bed, his smile a beacon in the dark, guiding us through. I trace their faces, my fingers lingering on a photo of us all together, the last one before Henry left, his arm around me, James and Clara grinning at his side, their eyes bright with love. When did it change? When did my children drift so far? Their visits mere transactions, their love a faded echo of those golden days? The gate slams, a sharp note piercing the morning's quiet, and I know it's Tommy, my heart lifting like a bird taking flight. His steps are light, a touch clumsy, like a young deer finding its stride in a forest of dreams. Grandma Elizabeth, he calls, his voice a burst of sunlight through the fog of my musings, banishing the chill of my thoughts. I smell pie. I chuckle, wiping flour from my apron, the warmth of his presence a spell that brightens the room. Come in, Tommy. It's just right for eating. He bounds through the door, all 6 feet of him, his lanky frame filling the kitchen with a boyish energy that feels like a glimpse of youth. He hugs me tight, and I have to crane my neck to meet his eyes, green as Henry's, sparkling with life, a mirror of the man I loved. When did he grow so tall? This boy who once fit in my lap, his hands sticky with pie crust, his laughter a song that filled my heart. We sit at the kitchen table, scarred from years of checkers and spilled milk, a map of our shared moments, each scratch a story. I pour tea, the steam curling like a wisp of magic between us, a ritual that binds us. How's college going, Tommy? I ask, slicing him a generous wedge of pie, its blueberries glistening like tiny stars fallen to earth. He grins, crumbs already on his chin, a boyish habit that makes my heart ache with fondness, a thread to the past. Got an A on my math exam, Grandma, he says, his voice bright with pride, his eyes alight with dreams. Professor Lane wants me on a research project, something about data patterns in tech. Says I've got a knack for it, maybe even a future in Silicon Valley. My heart swells, seeing Henry in his bright eyes, his quick mind, the spark he always saw in this boy. Your granddad would be proud, I say, my voice soft as the morning light filtering through the window. He always said you had a spark, Tommy, a light that could outshine the stars. He blushes, ducking his head, and I see Henry's shy grin in him, the one that won my heart decades ago at a Willow Grove dance, when he spun me under the stars and promised me forever. We talk of his classes, his dreams of working in tech, his girlfriend Amy, who loves books as much as I do, her quiet smile a comfort when they visit. The kitchen feels alive again, filled with laughter and the clink of forks, a fleeting echo of the past, a moment of magic in a house grown too quiet. Then Tommy pauses, his fork hovering, and looks out the window at the old oak tree, its branches gnarled and wise, a sentinel of our family's history. I know what he's thinking. Henry taught him to climb that tree when he was 7, laughing as James fretted over scraped knees, his voice stern but his eyes worried. You'll spoil the boy, Dad, James had scolded, but Henry just winked, his voice warm as summer. A boy's gotta learn to fall and get up, son. Tommy's smile fades, and he turns back to me, a question dancing in his eyes, hesitant but pressing. Grandma, what are you wearing Friday? I blink, puzzled, a sip of tea catching in my throat like a misspoken spell, sharp and unexpected. Friday? What's Friday? My voice is light, but a ripple of unease stirs within me. His face shifts, a shadow of confusion crossing his features, like clouds drifting over a meadow, darkening the light. Dad and Mom's 30th anniversary dinner at River's Edge, he says, his voice slowing, each word careful, as if he senses the ground shifting beneath us. Didn't Dad tell you? My heart stumbles, a cold ripple spreading through my chest, sharp as a winter wind through bare branches. 30 years. A milestone, A celebration woven with memories of James and Cora's wedding, me pinning roses in Cora's hair, Henry toasting their future with tears in his eyes, his hand warm in mine. Why am I hearing this from Tommy, not James? Maybe he forgot, I say, forcing a smile, though it feels brittle as old lace, ready to tear under the weight of my suspicion. You know your father, always putting things off till the last minute. But Tommy's eyes flicker with unease, and he picks at his pie, his usual chatter stilled, as if he senses the crack in my voice, the doubt in my heart. Yeah, maybe, he mumbles, unconvinced, his fork tracing circles in the crumbs, his shoulders hunching slightly. I pat his hand, my voice brighter than I feel, a mask of cheer woven from years of soothing hurts. Don't you worry, Tommy. I'll sort it out with your dad. Now, tell me about that research project. What's this about data patterns? He brightens, launching into a tale of algorithms and late-night study sessions, his enthusiasm a balm to my unease, a light in the gathering shadows. But my mind drifts, snagged on that one word. Friday. Why wasn't I told? Is it forgetfulness? A simple oversight in the chaos of their busy lives? Or is there something darker, lurking beneath the surface like a river's hidden current, waiting to pull me under? The question coils in my heart, sharp as a thorn, a mystery I can't ignore, a thread I must follow to its end. After Tommy leaves, promising to visit over the weekend, I stand by the window, watching his old Honda disappear down Cedar Lane, its taillights winking like fireflies in the morning light. Across the street, Mrs. Harper's yard bursts with her grandkids' laughter, their voices weaving a tapestry of joy that makes my house feel emptier, a hollow shell of what it once was. She waves, her face glowing with love, and I wave back, a pang in my chest, sharp and unbidden, like a note played out of tune. Why don't my children bring such light to my days? Why do their visits feel like transactions, not treasures? The question grows, a seed of doubt sprouting roots in the quiet of my heart, its tendrils reaching for answers I fear to find. The afternoon stretches long, the pie's scent fading as the sun climbs higher, casting shadows that dance across the kitchen, like restless spirits, whispering secrets I can't yet hear. I settle in my armchair, its faded velvet a comfort against the unease Tommy's words planted, a seed of doubt now sprouting thorns. Why didn't James tell me about the dinner? My mind churns, replaying his visits, always rushed, always with a need, a hand outstretched, his eyes avoiding mine. Mom, just a small loan. I'll pay it back, he'd say, his smile thin as paper, his promises as empty as the wind. 15 years of loans, $2,000 here, $1,500 there, piling up like leaves in autumn, never repaid, each one a silent wound I ignored, hoping it'd keep him close. Clara's no better. Her monthly visits a whirlwind of excuses, her watch ticking louder than her words, her flower shop her kingdom where I'm a mere visitor. Gotta get back to the shop, Mom, she'd say, already halfway out the door, her smile as fleeting as a shadow. Are they ashamed of me, their old mother, creaking like this house, a relic they'd rather forget? Or is there something more, a shadow I've missed, lurking in the corners of their hearts, a secret waiting to be uncovered? The phone jolts me from my thoughts, its shrill cry cutting through the silence like a knife through silk, sharp and unyielding. It's James, his number glowing on the caller ID, a beacon in the dim light of my unease. I hesitate, my hand hovering, then pick up, my heart racing like a hare in a fairy tale, sensing danger in the underbrush. Hello, darling, I say, keeping my voice warm, though it trembles at the edges, a note of caution slipping through. Mom, it's me, he says, his tone strained like a string pulled too tight, ready to snap under the weight of his words. "I'm calling about Friday." My breath catches, hope flickering like a candle in a storm, fragile but stubborn. Maybe Tommy was right. Maybe James just forgot to tell me. A simple oversight in the chaos of his life. "Oh, the anniversary dinner?" I ask, testing the waters, my voice light as a feather but heavy with anticipation, like a storyteller waiting for the plot to twist. There's a pause. Too long. A silence that feels like a confession, heavy with unspoken truth. When he speaks, his words are rushed, tumbling over each other like stones in a river, jagged and unsteady. "Yeah, about that. Cora's sick, Mom. Some virus, fever, the whole deal. Doctor says she needs bed rest for a week. We're canceling the dinner." The words land like stones, heavy and cold, sinking into the pit of my stomach, each one a blow to my hope. Canceling. A 30th anniversary, a milestone woven with memories of their wedding day, me pinning roses in Cora's hair, their petals soft as her smile, Henry toasting their future with tears in his eyes, his hand warm in mine as we watch them dance. Why cancel now? And why tell me only after Tommy let it slip? I murmur sympathies, my mind racing, a whirlwind of questions swirling like leaves in a storm. "That's awful, James. Can I do anything? Chicken broth, maybe? Or some of my pie to cheer her up?" My voice is steady, but my heart pounds, sensing the lie beneath his words, a crack in the facade. "No, no, we're fine," he interrupts. Too quick, too sharp, like a blade cutting through my offer, severing my hope. "We've got everything. I just wanted you to know. We'll reschedule, okay? I'll call you." The line goes dead, a sharp beep echoing in the silence, leaving a sour knot in my gut, a bitter taste of betrayal. I stare at the phone, James's voice echoing in my mind, his words too rehearsed. Like a line from a play he didn't believe, a script written to deceive. Why cancel a milestone dinner? And why tell me now, only after Tommy's innocent slip? The question coils tighter, a vine of doubt wrapping around my heart, its thorns pricking deeper. Something's wrong. A shadow lurking in his haste, his evasion, a secret I must uncover. I return to the photo album, seeking comfort in the past, a refuge from the present's unease, its pages a portal to brighter days. Here's James at 5, gap-toothed and proud, holding a fish Henry helped him catch at Willow Lake. His smile brighter than the sun reflecting off the water, his eyes full of dreams. Clara at 8, twirling in a dress I sewed, her laughter a melody that filled this house, her pigtails bouncing like ribbons in the wind. Christmas dinners with cranberry sauce and chaos, backyard barbecues with neighbors spilling onto the lawn, Henry's birthday parties, even when he was too weak to leave his bed, his smile a beacon in the dark, guiding us through the shadows. I trace their faces, my fingers lingering on a photo of us all together, the last one before Henry left, his arm around me, James and Clara grinning at his side, their eyes bright with love. A family bound by trust. When did it change? When did my children become strangers, their visits mere transactions, their love a faded echo of those golden days? That evening, I call Clara, my fingers trembling as I dial, hoping she'll shed light on this mystery, a beacon to guide me through the fog. Maybe James was mistaken, or Cora's illness is real. A simple explanation to soothe my doubts. "Mom, I'm swamped at the flower shop," she says, her voice impatient, a sharp edge I know too well, like a rose with hidden thorns. "What's up?" I keep my tone casual, probing like a detective in one of Henry's old mystery novels, each question a step toward the truth. "Just checking on Cora. James says she's sick, poor thing. You going to their anniversary dinner Friday? There's a pause, a rustle, like she's shifting papers to buy time, a telltale sign of something hidden, a secret she's guarding. Oh, that, she says, her voice tight, a string about to snap under the weight of her lie. Yeah, I don't know much. Call James if you want details. Look, I've got a big order to finish for the weekend. Wedding bouquets, you know how it is. I'll call you later, okay? The line cuts off, her dismissal sharp as a blade, slicing through my hope, leaving a wound that stings with betrayal. I stare at the phone, my heart pounding, Clara's evasiveness fanning the spark of my suspicion into a flame, bright and unyielding. She knows something. But what? Why dodge my question like a fox fleeing a hunter? Her words a mask to hide the truth. I pace the living room, the house's creaks mirroring my restless thoughts, a chorus of unease that grows louder with each step. Why lie about a dinner? What are they hiding? These children I raised with love, who now treat me like a relic to be stored away. I stop by Henry's old desk, its drawers stuffed with papers we never sorted after his death, a time capsule of our life, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. I pull one open, my fingers brushing a realtor's card. The name Sunny Hills Retirement Home, scrawled on the back in James's handwriting, the ink stark against the white. My stomach twists, a cold realization dawning like a storm cloud breaking. Clara mentioned a nursing home once, saying it'd be better for me, her voice soft but insistent, her eyes avoiding mine. James hinted at signing the house over for my safety, his smile too smooth, too practiced. Are they planning to push me out? To claim this house? Its memories? Its worth? As if I'm already gone. I dig deeper, my hands trembling as I unearth a letter from James to a realtor, dated last month, its words a betrayal, written in black and white. Interested in valuing my mother's property on Cedar Lane, it reads. She may be moving soon. Moving? I never agreed to move, never whispered a word of leaving this house, its walls alive with Henry's laughter, our children's footsteps, the echoes of a life we built together. My heart pounds, a drumbeat of betrayal, each beat louder than the last. Mrs. Harper, my neighbor across the street, mentioned seeing a man photographing my house while I was at the doctor's. A nice young fellow in a suit, she'd said, her voice tinged with concern, her eyes searching mine. I thought it was nothing, a neighbor's curiosity. But now it fits together like a puzzle I didn't want to solve, each piece a shard of truth cutting deeper. Thursday morning, I head to the supermarket, needing air to clear the fog in my mind, the weight of James's lie and Clara's evasion pressing down like a storm. The aisles buzz with shoppers, their chatter a distant hum, but I feel like a ghost, unseen, my thoughts tangled in the mystery unfolding around me. In the vegetable section, I spot Doris, Clara's co-worker at the flower shop, her smile as bright as the sunflowers she arranges, her apron dusted with pollen like fairy dust. Elizabeth, she beams, hugging me, her warmth a contrast to the cold in my heart. Haven't seen you in ages. You must be excited for tomorrow's big party at River's Edge, huh? Clara's taking the evening off for it. 30 years for James and Cora, that's a big deal. My blood runs cold, the world tilting as if the floor has vanished beneath me, a chasm opening where hope once stood. The dinner isn't canceled. James lied. Clara's in on it. Her rushed dismissal a veil over the truth. Her complicity a wound deeper than I expected. I force a smile, my voice steady, despite the storm raging inside, a tempest of hurt and betrayal threatening to break me. Oh, yes, it's quite the occasion, I say. my words smooth as glass, hiding the cracks beneath. Clara's been planning, I bet. Doris nods, oblivious to the knife twisting in my chest. Her words a hammer striking the truth home. She's been swamped, but she's thrilled to celebrate. Said it's a family affair. Family affair. The words sting, sharp as a wasp's bite, a mockery of what family should mean, a dagger to my heart. I nod, thank her, and hurry home, my groceries forgotten, my steps quickening as the truth sinks in, heavy and unyielding. James didn't just forget me. He chose to exclude me, weaving a lie about Cora's illness to keep me away from a milestone that should include the mother who birthed him, who stood by him through every triumph and fall. Clara's complicity burns, her evasion a confirmation of their plot, a scheme to erase me from their lives. Why? What are they hiding? These children I raised with love, who now treat me like a relic to be stored away, a burden to be shed. Back in my armchair, the truth settles like dust on an old book, heavy and undeniable, a weight I can't ignore. My son lied to keep me from his 30th anniversary celebration, a milestone that should weave us together, not tear us apart. Clara's in on it, dodging my questions like a fox fleeing a hunter, her words a mask to hide the truth. I pull out Henry's will, the house deeds, insurance papers, my fingers trembling as if touching a forbidden grimoire, its pages holding secrets that could unravel my world. James has asked about the house before, suggesting I sign it over to him to avoid complications, his voice smooth as a salesman's, his eyes avoiding mine. Clara's nursing home talk wasn't concern. It was strategy, a plan to shuffle me away, to claim this house, its memories, its worth, as if I'm no longer part of their story. I find a notebook in the desk, my handwriting listing James's loans over 15 years, $2,000 for car repairs, $1,500 for Cora's birthday, $3,000 for a leaky roof. Tens of thousands never repaid. Each entry a wound I ignored, hoping it'd keep him close, a thread to tie us together. Clara's no better, guilting me into buying her shop's priciest bouquets, their petals as costly as my trust. You don't want people thinking I can't provide for my mother, do you? She'd say, her smile sharp, her eyes calculating. I bought them, every time, hoping it'd weave our bond tighter, a foolish hope that now lies in tatters. A memory surfaces, sharp and painful, like a thorn pricking my heart, drawing blood. 6 months ago, my doctor prescribed new blood pressure pills. Expensive but effective, the only ones that didn't make me ill, my lifeline to health. James balked when I told him, his voice hard, his eyes cold. $400 a month, Mom? That's crazy. Let's find a cheaper option. I explained they were necessary, that generics caused allergic reactions, my throat swelling, my breath short. But he wouldn't listen, his impatience a wall between us. We're all tight on money, Mom, he said, as if my health was a luxury we couldn't afford. Clara backed him up, her tone patronizing, a teacher scolding a child. Be frugal, Mom. We all have expenses. Expenses like their Bahamas trip a week later, their new cars gleaming in their driveway, their phones upgraded every year, their lives a parade of excess while I scrimped to pay for the pills myself, dipping into savings meant for emergencies. I find another clue, a flyer for Sunny Hills Retirement Home, tucked among bills, its glossy promise of a caring home for your loved ones, mocking me with its cheerful font. My throat tightens, a lump rising, choking me with the weight of their betrayal. They've been planning this for months, maybe years. A scheme to sell my home, to shuffle me into a sterile room where I'd fade away, forgotten, my life reduced to a line item in their budget. Mrs. Harper's words echo, her voice worried, her eyes searching mine. That man was taking pictures of your house, Elizabeth, while you were at the doctor's. Said he was assessing property values. I thought it was harmless, a neighbor's curiosity, but now I see it. Their plan to erase me, to claim what's left of my life, to write me out of their story like a character no longer needed. That evening, the phone rings again, snapping me from my spiraling thoughts. A lifeline in the storm. It's Tommy, his voice sheepish, a boy caught in a moment of forgetfulness. Grandma, did I leave my blue notebook there? I think it's in the living room. I check, finding it under a couch cushion, its pages filled with his neat handwriting, equations and dreams, a testament to his bright future. Got it, honey, I say, my voice softening, his presence a warmth in the cold of my discoveries. He chatters about his classes, his voice a melody, then adds casually, "Can you give it to Dad tomorrow? He's picking you up for the dinner, right?" I freeze, the phone heavy in my hand, as if it's carved from stone, its weight anchoring me to the truth. Picking me up? My voice is calm, but inside, a storm rages, a tempest of hurt and betrayal. Tommy hesitates, sensing the shift, his voice faltering. "Yeah, for River's Edge. I've got class till 6, so I might be late, but Dad said—" I cut him off, my heart pounding like a war drum, each beat a call to battle. "Tommy, your dad said the dinner was canceled." Chorus sick. Silence stretches, thick and heavy, a chasm between us, filled with the weight of their lie. "Grandma, Tommy's voice cracks, confused. A boy caught in a grown-up's deception. "Dad called me an hour ago, said to be at the restaurant by 7. Nobody canceled anything." My grip tightens on the phone, the truth a blade slicing through my heart, cutting away the last of my illusions. They didn't just forget me. They chose to exclude me, weaving a lie to keep me away, their own mother, cast aside like an old cloak no longer needed. I must have misunderstood, I say, forcing lightness, though my voice trembles like a leaf in a storm, my heart breaking under the weight of their betrayal. You know me, getting muddled at my age. Tommy's voice cracks with concern, a boy desperate to fix what he doesn't understand. "You okay, Grandma? Want me to call Dad and sort it out?" "No, honey," I say quickly, my resolve hardening like steel forged in fire, a heroine finding her strength. "I'll handle it. Don't you worry." I hang up, the silence deafening, the weight of their betrayal pressing down like a stone, heavy but not crushing. I sink onto the couch, Tommy's notebook forgotten in my lap, its pages a reminder of the one person who sees me, who loves me without strings, his loyalty a light in the darkness. Tears prick my eyes, but I blink them back, my jaw tightening, my heart steadying. No, Elizabeth. Not tears. Not defeat. If my children think I'll fade quietly into their lies, they don't know Elizabeth Thornberry, the woman who raised them, who loved them through every storm, who will not be erased. Friday dawns gray, clouds heavy over Willow Grove, a mirror to the weight in my heart, a storm gathering on the horizon. Rain taps the windows, a soft lament, like tears the sky can't hold back, each drop a whisper of the truth I've uncovered. I sip cold tea, untouched since morning, its bitterness matching my mood, a reflection of the betrayal I carry. I stand by the mantel, staring at Henry's photo, his smile etched in time, a beacon in the storm brewing within me. "What would you do, love?" I whisper, my voice trembling, a plea to the man who always knew my heart. His eyes seem to answer, warm and steady, a light in the dark. "Don't let them dim your light, Elizabeth. You're stronger than their lies." I nod, as if he can see me, my resolve kindling like a fire in a fairy tale, small but fierce, ready to burn away the shadows. Today, I won't stay home, a forgotten shadow in a story gone wrong. Today, I write my own ending, a chapter of triumph in a tale of betrayal. I pull my navy dress from the closet, the one I wore to Henry's funeral. Its fabric soft but unyielding, a suit of armor for my heart. Its deep blue, a banner of my resolve. I slip it on, the mirror reflecting a woman I almost forgot. Tall, silver-haired, eyes sharp with purpose, like a queen stepping out of a tale, ready to face her foes. I clasp Henry's pearl necklace, his 30th anniversary gift, its cool weight grounding me, a talisman against the pain to come, each pearl a memory of his love. For my queen, he'd said, kissing my hand, his voice warm as summer, his eyes promising forever. I smile at the memory, my reflection smiling back, a spark of defiance in my eyes, a fire that won't be doused. If my children think they can erase me, they're about to meet Elizabeth Thornberry, unbowed and unbroken, a heroine in her own story, ready to reclaim her place. I sit at the kitchen table, the pie tin empty, Tommy's visit a distant warmth in the chill of my resolve, a light I hold on to. My notebook lies open, its pages a litany of James's deaths, Clara's manipulations, a chronicle of their betrayal written in my own hand. I add a new entry. January, realtor at house per Mrs. Harper. The pieces fit. A mosaic of deceit, James's loans, Clara's nursing home talk, the realtor's visit, the flyer for Sunny Hills. They want the house, the money, the freedom to forget their mother, to write me out of their story. But I'm not gone yet, not a ghost to be swept away. I pull out the house deeds, Henry's will, my savings records. My fingers steady now, my heart resolute. Last week I met with Mr. Jenkins, my lawyer, a quiet man with kind eyes who sat across his oak desk, his pen poised. "Are you sure, Elizabeth?" he asked, his voice gentle but searching. I was. I am. I sealed the documents in an envelope, my plan taking shape like a spell woven in the dark, a secret weapon to wield at the right moment. The house is sold. A young couple, full of dreams, will fill it with new laughter, new stories, breathing life into its walls. The money's donated to the library for a wing in Henry's name, a legacy of books and dreams, a monument to the man who believed in stories, in love, in me. My savings, modest but enough, go to Tommy, the only one who sees me as more than an inheritance. His visits a light in my fading days, his loyalty a thread that binds us. James and Clara don't know yet, but tonight they will. I won't burst in like a scorned queen, shouting accusations that had let them paint me as hysterical, an old woman lost to emotion. No, I'll enter quietly, with the dignity of a woman who knows her worth, and let the truth speak louder than any tantrum, its voice a thunder they can't ignore. At 5 o'clock, I hail a cab, the driver a young man with tattoos and a curious glance, his radio playing soft jazz, a melody that calms my racing heart. "River's Edge, ma'am?" he asks, eyeing my dress, its navy folds gleaming in the twilight, a banner of my purpose. "That's a fancy place." I nod, my voice firm, a queen addressing her court, my resolve unyielding. "I know the prices, young man, and I'm not your ma'am. I'm Elizabeth." He grins, shrugging, and we drive through Willow Grove's streets, the rain painting them silver like a canvas for my resolve, each drop a note in the symphony of my courage. My heart pounds, but not with fear, with purpose, a fire kindled by truth, burning brighter with every mile. River's Edge looms ahead, its red brick facade glowing under the storm, a castle where my family plays a masquerade without me. There lies a curtain I'm about to tear down, revealing the truth beneath. Stop short of the entrance, I tell the driver, slipping him a bill, my fingers steady, my heart a drumbeat of resolve. Wait here. I step into the rain, its cool touch a baptism, washing away doubt, cleansing me for the battle ahead. I creep toward the restaurant's windows, the shadows my allies, my heart pounding like a drum in a tale of old, a heroine approaching the dragon's lair. Through a gap in the curtains, I see them, James, Cora, Clara, her husband, Tommy, his girlfriend Amy, and strangers I don't know, their faces lit by chandeliers, their laughter a mockery of my absence. They raise champagne glasses, a lavish seafood platter gleaming before them, bottles of wine sparkling like jewels, a feast fit for a celebration. Cora, radiant in burgundy, shows no trace of illness. Her necklace, an anniversary gift no doubt, catching the light. Her smile bright as if no lie binds her. My breath catches, a knife of betrayal twisting in my chest, sharp and cold, cutting through the last of my illusions. They're celebrating without me, as if I'm already a ghost, a memory they've chosen to forget, their joy a wound deeper than I expected. Their cars gleam in the lot. James's silver Lexus, Clara's red Ford, Tommy's battered Honda, each a testament to their presence, their exclusion of me, a silent declaration of their intent. The pain is sharp, stealing my breath, a wound that threatens to break me. I stand in the rain, my dress clinging to me, the pearls heavy at my throat. And for a moment, I waver. Should I turn back, retreat to my quiet house, let their lies win, fade into the shadows they've cast me into? But then a voice breaks the spell, warm and steady, like a lantern in the dark, cutting through the storm. Elizabeth? I turned, startled, to find Lewis Quinn, the restaurant's owner, a boyhood friend, now a silver-haired man with kind gray eyes and a willow branch pin on his lapel, a symbol of his kingdom, his roots. His face, lined with time, softens with concern, his umbrella shielding me from the rain, a gallant gesture that feels like a lifeline. "What are you doing out here in the storm?" he asks, his voice gentle but firm, like Henry's when he knew I was hurting, his eyes searching mine for the truth. I hesitate, the truth bitter on my tongue, a poison I can't hold back, its weight too heavy to carry alone. "I wasn't invited, Lewis," I confess, my voice trembling, a crack in my armor, the pain spilling out. James said the dinner was canceled, that Cora was sick. But there they are, celebrating without me, their own mother. His eyes darken with indignation, a storm brewing in their depths, his jaw tightening, his face a mirror of my hurt. "Unacceptable," he says, his voice low but firm, a knight ready to defend, his words a vow. "A mother deserves better than this, Elizabeth. You deserve better." He offers his arm, a gallant gesture that feels like a call to battle, a lifeline to pull me from the shadows. I take it, my resolve stealing like a sword forged in fire, my heart pounding, not with fear, but with purpose, a fire burning brighter with his support. "Let's make an entrance worthy of you," he says, his smile warm but edged with determination, a partner in my quest for truth. I nod, my heart a drumbeat, the rain falling harder, but I feel only the fire within, a fairy tale heroine stepping into the dragon's lair, ready to face her foes. Lewis leads me into the main hall, roses and chandeliers casting a fairy tale glow, the air thick with the scent of wine and laughter, a masquerade of joy that hides their betrayal. James is mid-toast, his voice ringing with false warmth, preaching about love and family, Words that mock the truth, a script written to deceive. Tommy spots me first, his eyes widening with shock, his fork frozen mid-air, his face torn between loyalty and surprise. Clara's glass pauses, her face paling, her napkin twisting in her hands. James falters, his words trailing off, his glass trembling as Lewis's voice cuts through, clear and commanding, a herald announcing a queen. Mrs. Elizabeth Thornberry, mother of the guest of honor. Silence blankets the room, thick as fog, every eye turning to us, the air heavy with expectation. I stand tall, my navy dress a banner of my resolve, the pearls gleaming like stars, a testament to my strength. James's face drains of color, his glass trembling, his eyes darting for an escape. Cora blushes, her eyes dropping to her plate, her radiance dimmed by guilt. Clara grips her napkin, her knuckles white, her face a mask of shock and shame. Tommy looks torn, his loyalty a beacon in the storm, his eyes meeting mine with a silent apology. I sit, my voice steady as stone, a queen addressing her court, my words a spell to unravel their lies. I decided to congratulate my son on 30 years of marriage. It's an important date, isn't it? James recovers first, his voice falsely bright, a mask slipping under scrutiny. Mom, what a surprise, he says, his smile tight as a drum, his eyes avoiding mine. We thought you weren't feeling well. I meet his eyes, my gaze sharp as a blade, cutting through his lie with the precision of truth. Cora seems to have recovered miraculously, I say, nodding toward her, radiant in her burgundy dress, no trace of the fever he claimed, her necklace sparkling, a symbol of their excess. Cora blushes, mumbling about a quick recovery, her words as flimsy as tissue, crumbling under my stare. I lean back, my hands steady on the envelope in my lap, its weight a secret weapon, a truth ready to be unveiled. What a modest party, I say, my voice calm but laced with irony, eyeing the lavish spread. Seafood platters piled high, bottles of wine sparkling like jewels, a cake towering like a monument to their celebration. Especially since you needed $2,000 for car repairs last month, James. The table shifts, guests exchanging glances, the air thick with unease, a spell of discomfort settling over the room. Clara interjects, her voice sharp, desperate to deflect. Mom, maybe we shouldn't— Don't, dear. I cut her off, my tone gentle but firm, a mother teaching a lesson, my voice steady as a river carving through stone. You always taught Tommy that lying is wrong, remember? Honesty is the best gift we give each other. Tommy flushes, his eyes on his plate, caught in their web, his loyalty torn. I turn to James, my voice unwavering, each word a stone in the foundation of my truth. When did I become a burden, son? When did you decide your mother wasn't worth inviting to your milestone, a day that should weave us together? James stammers, his face pale, his excuses unraveling like a poorly woven tapestry. Mom, we just thought, you don't like noisy gatherings, and your health— I hold up a hand, silencing him, my resolve a fire that won't be doused, a light that burns brighter with every lie exposed. Health? Age? Strange. Those didn't stop me from helping you with your taxes, watching Clara's cats, lending you money you never repaid. I pause, letting the words sink in, the guests' eyes wide, the truth a mirror they can't escape, reflecting their shame. I pull the envelope from my lap, its weight a testament to my decision, my voice steady as I unveil the truth. I sold the house, I say, my words clear, ringing through the silence like a bell. Gasps ripple across the table, a wave of shock breaking over them. The money's donated to the library, for a wing in Henry's name, a legacy of books and dreams. My savings go to Tommy, the only one who sees me as more than an inheritance. James pales, his voice rising, a crack in his composure. Mom, you can't. I hold up a hand, my gaze unyielding, a queen commanding her court. I did. You plan to ship me to a nursing home, to sell my home without a word. I have eyes, James. Neighbors talk. Mrs. Harper saw your realtor, your nice young fellow, photographing my house. Clara's eyes brim with tears, her napkin twisted. But I'm not done, my voice calm but sharp, cutting through their lies. I loved you, no matter your lies, your neglect. But love doesn't mean letting you trample my dignity. I'm your mother, not a burden to be discarded. The room is silent, the guests frozen, the truth a spell that binds them, their shame laid bare. Tommy reaches for my hand, his touch a lifeline, his eyes shining with pride and sorrow. Louis stands beside me, his presence a steady anchor, his gray eyes warm with support. I sit tall, my heart lighter, the fire within burning bright. A heroine who has faced her foes and emerged victorious, her light undimmed. 3 months later, I stand at the opening of the Henry Thornberry wing, the library's new heart, its shelves gleaming with books that promise dreams, its walls a testament to love. Willow Grove buzzes with life, children darting among the stacks, their laughter a melody that echoes the past, a reminder of what matters. The golden plaque shines, Henry Thornberry Wing, a legacy born from my choice, my strength. Tommy's beside me, proud, his suit making him look so like Henry, his green eyes bright with admiration. James and Cora came, awkward but present, standing at the crowd's edge, their faces a mix of shame and tentative hope. Clara sent flowers, a small step toward mending, her bouquet a silent apology, its petals soft as her regret. I take the stage, my navy dress replaced by a soft green one, a color of renewal, my pearls still at my throat, a reminder of Henry's love. The crowd quiets, their faces a sea of expectation, neighbors and strangers united by this moment. Good afternoon, friends, I say, my voice steady despite the weight of their eyes, a storyteller sharing her truth. This wing honors my Henry, who believed books open worlds, that stories teach us empathy, dreams, truth. My hope is that the children of Willow Grove find stories here that change their lives, that remind us what matters: love, kindness, honesty. I glance at James, his face tense, his eyes avoiding mine, and Cora, her hand clutching his, her necklace duller in the daylight. Sometimes we forget these truths, I continue, my voice soft but firm, chasing things that glitter but fade, money, status, lies. But it's never too late to choose again, to rebuild what's broken. The crowd claps, cameras flash, and I cut the ribbon, the golden plaque gleaming, a monument to Henry, to me, to the strength I found in the ashes of betrayal. Later, in the library's garden, Louis finds me, his gray eyes warm, his willow branch pin catching the light, a symbol of roots and resilience. A play next weekend, Elizabeth? He asks, his smile gentle, a hint of something more, a spark I thought long gone. King Lear at the town theater. I hear it's a story of family and redemption. I smile, a warmth spreading through me, a new chapter opening. I'd love to, Louis, I say, my voice light, my heart open to possibility, a heroine ready for new adventures. At my new apartment, light spills through wide windows, the city square below alive with color, Willow Grove's heartbeat pulsing through its streets. Clara visits, her bouquet handcrafted, her apology raw, her eyes brimming with tears. "I forgot you're more than Mom," she says, her voice breaking a crack in her armor. "You're a person with dreams, with strength." I nod, sipping tea, the steam curling like a promise. "Trust takes time, dear," I say, my voice gentle but firm. "But we can try." We talk into the evening, a real conversation, the first in years, her words tentative but sincere, a thread we might weave into something stronger. As she leaves, promising to return, I stand at my window, watching Willow Grove's lights twinkle like stars, a constellation of hope. I'm Elizabeth, not just a mother, a widow, but a woman with stories to tell, a life to live, a light that burns brighter than ever. Somewhere, Henry's smiling, and I feel free, my heart light as a feather, ready for the next chapter. And so, dear listener, our tale of the uninvited guest ends not with sorrow, but with a new beginning, a chapter written in courage and light. Like a book closing one story, life opens another when we dare to claim our worth, to face the shadows and emerge stronger. If this story stirred your heart, subscribe to Elizabeth's Stories for more journeys through the groves of truth and triumph. Share with someone who needs to hear it. And until next time, hold your light tight, because you too are a story waiting to shine.